Hey guys, and welcome back to another Sonic Glowing video. This is hobby blog number 5 now. Still got a little bit to do on the Iron Hills Dwarves from the last few vlogs, but I've decided to crack out these guys and get them finished. So I've got all of my Gundabad warriors in here, all the way up, a bit over there. Bolg and a captain, and this guy who I've just glued his sword back on. Let's see if I can focus in on Bolg. There he is. Yeah, that I painted up quite a while ago now. I was quite happy with this guy at the time. I think he's a bit bright now, like the armour and stuff. So I might give it another quick wash. But I've come back in to do all the bases so that they're done, ready for when my Gundabad berserkers turn up and I can get those together. I'm constantly looking out the window for the postman, hoping that he's going to bring them today. But I'll show you how I get on. They're all going to be painted like this to start off with, just a bit of brown on the bottom, and then I'll start dry brushing them up. And I'll try and get some flock or something on them as well. But we'll see how that goes, and I'll come back in when I've got those done, guys. So here we go then, guys. I've managed to base these guys and get a bit of flock on them. So here we are. Started off with Rhinox hide and then highlighted them up with, I want to say Steel Legion Drab, and then a little bit of VX88 to get them up to that. And then I've had a little bit of flock lying around, which I've used. There is some dark grass on there, like blacky brown, as I think they call burnt grass, and then this dead grass, trying to simulate something that might be outside of Erebor. And that's what we've got. So I've finally finished off these Gundabads. It's taken probably 4 to 5 months for me to actually get around to basing these guys, but they're now done. So that's another 14 models sorted and ready to go. And just waiting for Gundabad berserkers. And we'll see how they turn out. When they turn up, I'm hoping they'll turn up before I upload this so I can get a little bit more on the end. But in the meantime, I've got a few more things that I'm going to do, and I'll add them on the end here. So here we are then, guys. After finishing off the berserkers bases and stuff, I've decided to paint up a few models, or base up a few models. We've got Bolg mounted to get another bit of Azog's Legion sorted. So we've got him to go. I've got Gandalf here, who I've decided to green stuff after basing him because I didn't realise how big some of the gaps were. And still a little bit to do on him, and then to redo these bits and pieces. Thrall and Thrain, which I will get round to at some point, and I've got to straighten out Thrall's sword because look how bendy that bad boy is. So a little bit of hot water and we'll get that done. And this Gandalf the Grey, who I picked up with the Mounted One at Ardacon, of which sculpt I totally forgot about, and it is lovely. Maybe the first sculpt, but absolutely love it. Can't wait to get this guy painted up. So I will get him done next, probably. Him in Mounted Gandalf will probably be next on my list, along with Bolg, when I can bring myself to do the silver on him after all those Iron Hills Dwarves. But that's where I am at the moment. The postman has brought me a little gift. That is the Gundabad berserkers. So it'll probably be them, Gandalf, Bolg. But I will come back to you with a little glimpse of these guys all glued up together and ready to be base coated. Bases I might do separately, as I'm doing with the dwarves. And we'll see where we get with that in a minute then, guys. And here we go then, guys. These Gundabad berserkers. They're not too bad to put together, but I've decided to pin pretty much everything on them because for some reason I decided not to wash them, and I've just gone straight into trying to glue them together. So the glue didn't really want to stick that much. So even the weapons have been pinned to the arms, or most of them have, bar one of the two-handed guys, one of these two. I don't think one of those is pinned, but all the legs of one of the sculpts have been pinned on, and all the arms and weapons of everything else have been pinned on. But I've changed up a couple of them. I would say converted, but I've literally not converted anything. I've got some hot water, and I've bent some of the arms and legs into slightly different positions, and I've stuck an extra weapon in two of the sculpts, or onto two of the sculpts. So this is one of them, and I think I've bent his arms in slightly, and his one arm in towards his body and the other one stretched out a little bit more. I might have bent his leg up a little bit so it's not touching the floor, or it was on this guy I bent it up more. But we've got those ones there, if I can get it to focus. There we go, that's a little bit better. And then with this guy, or this sculpt, I've added a sword to this guy here. Where is he? This one. I've added a sword into his front hand there. And then on this guy here, I think I've brought in his weapon arm in a little bit towards his body, and I've opened up the one in front of him to come down slightly, but that was quite hard to bend into shape. But I might have another go at getting that a little bit, you know, straighter, his arm straighter. And then onto this sculpt. I wasn't really too sure how to try and change this, but what I've gone for is I'm thinking I'm going to base this guy leaping off a rock. So I've bent his arms down a little bit to look like he's about to chop through something. And his back leg I've bent up a little bit, so it looks like he's just about to leap off of that rock. And I think I've bent in his toes and this knee in a certain way to make it look like he's jumping a little bit more. But I'm quite impressed with myself. I'm useless at converting things, but what I've done there I'm quite happy with. And I'm hoping that I'll get these base coated today, and try and get some paint on them as soon as possible. But Christmas is fast approaching, so we'll see how we get on with that. But I think that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.